Hi everyone, Sheree McDonald here from Rhythm Dowsing. I'd like to talk to you all today about the fundamentals of becoming a good dowser and what you need to practice on a daily basis so that you can have accurate information and be very thorough in your work. When you are first learning to dowse, there are some very there is a procedure that you need to adopt every time that you're going to pick up your pendulum. One, you need to have time. No good being rushed because you need to be present. Two, you need to be hydrated. Okay, I like to have a nice grounding tea, so a chai, dandelion tea, lemon, honey and ginger, peppermint tea, something like that, okay? You also need to have intention and purpose. You also need to have respect for what you are doing. The biggest thing that above all else is grounded, okay? So you need to adopt a few principles in that ground you with what you are doing. So you need to expand your earth chakra, okay? You need to bring yourself down because in order to go up, like ascend, you need to come down to the earth. We live in environments now in this 3D world where we are surrounded by frequency, okay? And it puts us up the scale. So we need to come down. Your earth chakra, once you get into this flow, you will find every time it'll expand more and more and more. The more work you do, the more accuracy, okay? Things within your life will also improve. Your health will improve, etc., etc., okay? So for me, when I'm about to sit down and do dowsing, one thing I use is colour, okay? So I will bring in an earth colour through my feet that envelops me and embodies me and becomes of me and flows through me, okay? And it brings me down. For me, that colour is a red ochre colour, okay? I also use a clear quartz at my feet. And one of the reasons why I do that is because we all live in certain environments that there are things that cannot be corrected, okay? I personally don't like using my pendulum as a tool to clear the room. There are people who do, and that's fine, that's them. That is not me, because I feel what you are doing is you're then contaminating your beautiful tool, okay? And then you're going to need to clean it. And at the end of the day, it may not be the best vibration to clean it anyway, if that makes sense, okay? So when you use something like a clear quartz at your feet, you are creating a space. You're creating a field, okay? So that which assists in that channeling and that clarity that's coming from the earth, coming from your higher mind, your subconscious, God, whoever that is, okay? I also look at breath work. You don't need to do a lot of breath work, a few minutes when you're about to chart, okay? I also think about, something that expands my heart and just gives me that beautiful, moment that is indescribable, okay? Brings me peace. The moment I first looked in my children's eyes when they were born. Maybe it's a place for you. Maybe it's an experience that you've had. Perhaps it's something you're creating in the future, okay? So look at these different techniques that you can adopt to bring yourself down and give you clarity. Okay, right, so for all intended purposes, we've covered some very fundamental things, and now you're ready to pick up your pendulum and program it. So in the beginning, it's a conscious experience, okay? Because you need to program it yes and no, okay? So in the beginning, you're going to tell it what your yes is. Yes for me is backwards and forwards, okay? No for me is left to right, right to left, okay? Okay? Because once you have programmed it, then it knows you've developed that connection between your tool and your subconscious about how it's going to operate, okay? You'll then also ask, you'll tell it to swing to the right for when you are being downloaded from a higher, purest intent, okay? It will stop swinging once that download is complete. For those of you who are a bit more experienced at this point in time, you can then measure your level of consciousness before and after on the map of consciousness about where you're at. Ideally, you want to be 600 and above when you are dowsing and charting and, having a client, that sort of thing, okay, accessing information, okay? So you need to raise your vibration, all right? Okay, so then so once you've got your yes and your no, you will find in the beginning that your yes may only have a small movement, and same with your no. So to expand that, you can use breath work, and you can use some of those grounding techniques, whether it's thinking of something, is it a colour? Maybe it's a connection to a guide, and you'll find as you just calm yourself down, bring in the breath work, think about a colour, think about a place, think of the thing that expands your heart. Your swing will get stronger, okay? You will become stronger, okay? So now that's the conscious part about it. So now we need to move to questions versus statements, okay? Statements are the best way to access information. Statements are intelligence, okay? And they also lead to confidence and truth, and it is about intelligence of knowledge that is within yourself. When we ask a question, when we use questions over statements, if you think of it as a rhythm, do I, should I, can I, becomes loose and doesn't have that flow. But when you're using statements, you define it, you strengthen it, okay? It becomes solid. And if you're working on a topic, let's say you've got 5 things that you need to be asking relevant to a person, a place, whatever the case may be, your statements, when you get to the end result, will be much stronger than when you've asked a question. You might only get 1 or 2 answers up here if you've asked a question. It might have missed a whole bunch of things that you need to know. But when you ask a statement, it's stronger, okay? So when you're making a statement, you need to use words like show me, there is, show me the measurement, the measurement of, okay? And you need to not have them too long as well, because again, it weakens the whole process, okay? Okay. So be aware of that when you're asking statements, okay, over questions. Don't use a question, okay? No question marks. In the beginning as well, for good practice for yourself, you can say, my name is blah blah. So you're practicing your yes. I live at blah blah. Okay, my age is, okay. And then if you want to throw in some curveballs, you can say things like, you know, to sort of work on the no component, you know, I am a chicken, you know, my name is Bob when you know your name is Mary, for example. You know, just things like that. So just, you know, have a little bit of, you know, a little bit of fun with it that way, you know, so that you're developing that, you know, you're defining, you're strengthening, trusting, because it is trust, okay? And also, when it comes to using this beautiful tool, have respect for it, and also listen to yourself. You know when something's off, okay, or for an answer doesn't feel right. Maybe you just need to rephrase. Maybe you've just made a mistake, and you will make mistakes, okay? So, you know, like trust the responses within your body, you know, whether you're clairaudient, clairsentient, clairvoyant, whatever your little tingly aha moments are, you know, listen to yourself, okay? And yeah, and just, you know, have fun, guys. And if you need to message me or ask me any questions, if I can be of any more support, you know, feel free. You will find me on the group, Sheree MacDonald. You'll also can email me, rhythmsofnature4you@gmail.com. Okay, rhythmsofnature4you@gmail.com. And the 4U is the number 4 and the letter U. Okay. Anyway, guys, I hope this clarifies a few things for you. Again, I'll make another video with some showing you, demonstrating questions over answers, questions over statements rather, you know, that sort of thing. Okay, so talk to you all soon, and thanks for tuning in. Okay, bye now.